Friday again. This week, we're going to make a clip-on, clip-off charm string for our purses made from shells and bling. It's so cool. It's so fun. I'll show you. I don't have really a great purse to show you. It should be like a solid color or something. But maybe you'll get the idea. I hooked it onto this hobo purse I carry all the time. She wants me to hold it up. Can you see? Like that. Now this is a simpler one. I'll show you the second one I made is really fancy. But I like this one. It's just right for that purse. You know, you gauge it to what's right for your purse. But this one, and you'll see it better when we come down here to here, but this one, this has got a really big shell on the bottom of it. And what I thought was key, you could use any shells you want to, really. But I had bleached white shells, just like the bone beads are bleached white. In fact, I'd like to combine bleached white shells with some bleached white bone. That'd be really cool. But, yeah, so I just filled them, you know, with, well, I use actually epoxy clay, which is like epoxy sculpt, only it's like thicker. So I just so happen to have it in front of me, that's why I use it. But then I filled them, and then I had to put a piece of wire down into them and then fill over it and make sure it's in there real secure. I didn't turn it, I didn't anything till it was really good and dry. Then I turned it over. And that worked out really well. And you'll see, I'll show you one. If you want to come, step on over here, I'll show you what's on my desk in front of me. You're going to love it. Okay, so this is really simple, nothing to it. If you go back in our videos, you'll see where I've made charm strings before a number of times. It's basically like making a tassel in a way, and then picking it up in the center, and then attaching it to a big clasp, outsized clasp. I couldn't believe this when I went to make this. Javi went to look and see how many clasps did we have. Maybe she would suggest one. She says, you have drawers full of them. You have a lot of clasps, a lot of different styles. So if you guys need clasps for this type of thing, an outsized clasp, a long one, or like if you want a swivel one, see we have like this, and we have like this. So we have gold ones, we have silver, and
I didn't know you had
brass
ones too.
and we have brass ops, and then we have, if you like the swivel thing, we got a bunch of swivel ones. And these are not like the vintage swivels, because vintage swivels are like big bucks. But anyway, this works pretty good. But you can see it turns all around if you want a swivel. And it's big. And you got a nice loop there for hanging stuff. So we have ones like that. We have mingled too. They really are. So we have like everything you need to make this. We have this real cool fancy rhinestone one too. If you want to add more bling to it, you can. So anyway, so I'm just going to show you real briefly. I don't have epoxy sculpt out here or anything, but you guys have seen that video. And then what I'm going to do is next week when we meet with you on Friday, I'm going to have epoxy sculpt ready to go, and I'm going to show you how I do the wire and how I turn it once it's put in. I'm sure you could figure out, but there are a few little things you have to watch for. And then Javi is going to show you how to do this, and I'm sure this is what you would love to do. This is upside down.
No, the other way.
Oh, like this? The other way?
Yeah, like it's
Okay.
basically.
So this is a bleached white turban shell. I want to call them turbo. It's turban. And she's just wrapped it with 20 gauge copper wire. It's colored gold. Done a great job of it too. So it goes around this way. So, and it just hooks there. So she'll show you next week how you can do that. So I'll come on and I'll show you how to make them with the clay, and then she'll hop on and show you how to do it with wire. Okay, Javi?
Yes.
Sound good to you? You guys miss Javi, I'm sure, so she'll have to say hi. But she does good. So anyway, yeah, I really like that. I would love to have like a whole thing of just wiring ones, wonky ones. But I found out a few things when I was making these that showed like extra potential with them. First of all, though, you got to start out with chain. And this is the chain number from our site. This is what I used. And it's a varied Figaro type chain. Can you see that on my hands? So it gives you 3 links and then small links. The small links are too small to really hang anything from, but it doesn't matter. You can make a lot of use of the 3 in a row, and it works out fine. So what I do is I always take off like a scant foot of it. That way I'm sure I have enough. And then if it's way too much, I can always do something with the extra piece. Or you could maybe do 9-10 inches. That might work too if you want to do that. But remember that, less you use, the shorter it's going to be, right? So I'm going to cut a piece of this off and just kind of give you a glimpse of how you start this thing, because it's like nothing to it. So what I do is I look for that triple set. Javi's adjusting it. There we go. I look for that triple set, and then I get in here and I try to get. Well, see, this is not enough.
That's what I was
I don't have my yardsticks. I'm just going to have to eyeball it. That looks about right.
Yeah.
And then I'll just get an extra. So, okay, so I nip it right here at the little one, and that's where you have to be careful that you don't, get the big one or you lose it. Which hopefully I didn't. I heard something fly.
Too.
Let me see. Nope, it's good. It's good. So
Just
got that. And then on the other end, you want to be sure you do the same thing, because those little ones aren't going to help you. Those will be hanging there. So you need to get them off. Okay. So either end, it's like that. So now I need to find the middle. I didn't count how many or anything, but the middle is right about here. But I don't want to hang it there because I like to hang one long and one short. It fills in nicer. You don't have 2 things at the bottom of your string that's banging into each other. And so I try to avoid that. So what I'll do is I'll go in here and I will take the last loop and let's have a look to see how that looks. Let me get my pliers so I can pull it out and show you. Okay, so now, do you see? One side is long and one side is like, I don't know, a length longer. If you don't like that look, make it even. I don't care. It's your project, but this is the way I do it. So now this is the middle right here. So now, while I've got this here hanging out, I'm going to get a jump ring, which I've got one right here. Where's my ring? Gotta get my jumpy tool. I didn't have it last night when I was making these, and it really slowed me down, let me tell you. You don't have to have one, but it's nice if you do. Get it on there just right. My hands shake always. Oh, come on, Brenda, this is not hard. You figure it'll happen. Here, let's just use this guy. Pull this out. It wants to slide. Okay. Now get it in there. All right, see? Okay, so now I have this where I'm going to call this my center. Okay, I like to mark that by putting the jump in. So I have to figure out where my center is going to be, because I'm using asymmetric lengths. If you're doing even lengths, then find out where the center is on the even piece. So it's all about what you like. And then 2, how long do you want it? If you have a purse in mind that you want to use, then if it's a shorter purse like the one I showed you, you wouldn't make it as long because it would look kind of funny. But if you want to have a festival look and hang it from a belt loop and let it hang down your leg, you could have it longer, a little bit longer. Or you can take it and you can adjust it so that you can use it part of the time as a tassel on chain. So there's a lot of versatility there. Okay, so here's how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to put them on because it just takes too long, but you'll get the gist of it, because this is not the first time we've done this ever at all. And I'm sure there are other good videos, or you may have your own idea. But what I do is, since I've got big ones here, I look for big ones to put on the bottom. Now this one, this is really a big one.
We can try to do it like this.
All right. All right.
Move everybody out of the way.
Thank you, Javi.
My hands are probably awful, but
Okay, so I could put this guy here on the shorter side, so then on the other side I could do maybe I could do two of them, or I could do this and have it go just a little bit longer. Remember, actually that wouldn't be the, probably this one.
yeah.
Two long ones on the end, and then from there you just build up. So for a little while, what I'm going to do, I would put little crystals and stuff, pearls and stuff, before I chose my next, shell that I'm going to use. And I'm probably going to use this shell. Oops. And I would probably use this shell. It's a little bit higher because it's a little bit bigger. Plus, if you stagger them a little bit, it helps them not to be clanging into each other so bad, so that they don't work out good. And then you could put charms and stuff going up on it, You could put more bling. I got a little charm here. We sell these. I think they're at Etsy.
I think you have those on the website too.
Yeah, do I? And then sometimes I'll fill in around here. Maybe I would fill in with some little ones like that, and just build. I got a big piece of bling there, but I don't think that works. I think it's too big. The only time maybe it worked, maybe is I put it in the center. But anyway, I build all the way up, but I have to choose something that I think is a really good focal for my center. Okay, so this might be my center. But then if I do that center, this one's got a little bit of peach tone to it, so I've got to look for something with a little bit of peach tone to put thither, so that it brings it together, or else it'll stand out.
You can do it!
Oh, I don't want to do that. So maybe I would here's a turbo. So I put on a little bit of epoxy sculpt to build it up. Could do that. One like this, maybe. For your center. What I did, this works really good. If you get some of these little, I don't know if these are clamshells or what, I can't remember the name, what they call them, but anyway, here's the epoxy sculpt inside, and then I coated it with perfect pearls. And if you do that, remember how I told you, if you do that when the epoxy sculpt is not cured, you will not have to use embossing ink, because this is resin. It's got resin in it, and also the perfect pearls has resin in it, so we'll just, that's it. They're good. I don't have to even seal it. That's how good it does. So anyway, I would probably, and I put one hook here that I made, so I could put it in the middle and start another string. That's what I did with this. Actually, no, I doubled them up. I took, well, I don't have the right ones here, but I took two of them. If I hadn't put those hooks in, it'd be better. Only one set of hooks would be good. And I put them together.
Oh.
And then I've got a two-sided pendant like this.
I see.
You see? These two are pretty even. I could have got that out of there. Boxes. But, yeah. So I let that be my center. So really, what you do is you just gather your seashells, what you want to use. You gather your bling, what you want to use. You get the chaining, what you want to use. And then you sit there and fuss with it. Now, the more you do it, the faster you're going to get at it, obviously. Like this one I have on my purse. I'll bring it over here again. It took me all evening to finish it. But I did not go to bed till I finished it. I'm like, nope, I have to.
The other way.
The other way?
The other way, yeah. Towards you. Like facing
put
you.
it toward me. I get confused.
No, you can.
Okay, so here's a seashell that I turned it into a connector. See, look at what I did.
Oh, I like that.
I turned it into a connector with epoxy sculpt. By the way, in case you haven't seen my epoxy sculpt videos or you don't know about epoxy sculpt, it's a resin clay and nothing's better. And polymer clay does not work for this because polymer clay shrinks just a little bit when you bake it, and the shell will just act as a mold. It won't come out even for you. It'll want to always come out you have to take it out and glue it back in. Who wants to do that? So I just use epoxy sculpt. So I made like, you know, a little dangle there. This could be a pendant, you know. And then to do the top of these shells, I just filled it in the back with a little epoxy sculpt, and then I filled it around the top really good because I want to keep that wire in there. That's my biggest concern, because you think, well, you could put the wire clear to the end, it would hold it. When you can't put it down that deep. All I can tell you is once you start doing this, you'll see it only can go down so far. It'll go down maybe ½ an inch, but you might need more support than that. So keep that in mind when you make it. But aren't these lovely? And what I did is I went back over the white shells. They are very beautiful, but they're not quite this beautiful. And how did that happen? Well, I used perfect pearls over them. And then I sealed them. And the way I did it was matte.
Oh, that's a comparison. I was wondering why they were so nice and shiny.
Yeah, it's because I put. They're good without it too. They look fine. Maybe you prefer more matte look and you don't want that gloss to it. But if you do, to be honest with you, the perfect pearls, it kind of wanted to stick to this stuff anyway. I don't know if maybe because it's organic material, and you could probably get away with not sealing it. But I don't know. Let's see. See if I can get it on my shirt. No, it's not coming off on my shirt. So it's sealed. And I did tell you I sealed them. I did seal them. So yeah, but when I was working with them, I noticed before I sealed them that a lot of them, after you put it on and let it sit for a while, you could kind of buff it out with a little piece of maybe denim or something, and it'd get real shiny, and it wouldn't come off anymore. I wouldn't have had to seal them, I don't think. But you pick. If you do, use a matte sealant. Okay. I use a spray sealant, but somebody was suggesting, we used to have the swell against sealant, but I think we only have big containers of it right now. Somebody was suggesting something else that they had found that worked just as good. So, check it out. Just, it's all about experimenting. That's it. But you can make your beautiful charm string from natural materials, and you'll be ready for beach combing. Next week we'll come back with some more information about how you can make these connectors, how you can get that wire in there good, and how you can make this guy. But you're gonna love that. Can you imagine a whole charm string of these wrapped ones? Oh yay. Love, love, love that. So thanks a lot for showing up today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Get busy, try it. You don't have to use this chain. I have enough here that if you want to get some for me, you can. And Diane put the white beach shells on too. So if you want them, we have them. And we also have the pearlized turbos that are up in sets of 7 now. We have a bunch of stuff. We made a special category.
Yeah,
and there's a new banner. It's for beach stuff.
Yeah.
And all the shells are in there, so you can find them super easy. Okay, I said I was leaving, so I'm leaving. Have a good day, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.